guys, and welcome back to my channel. Today I'm talking about the empties that I've used up in the last couple of months. I haven't done an empties video in at least 2 months. I can't remember exactly when I did the last one, but I feel like I don't have that many empties still. I don't know if I just haven't used as many things or if I have accidentally thrown some things away. I haven't really had like a proper empties bin or anything since I moved into this flat. I now have like this is actually like a travel bag that I got with one of my suitcases. I'm gonna use that as my empties bag for now, I think, moving forward, so I don't lose any more empties. But I just don't know where all of the things I've used up have gone. But I'm gonna go through the things that I have at least. But before I do so, if you're new here, please consider subscribing. I would love to have you in the family. Let's jump into the video. So, since I have them in this bag, I'm just going to go through them as I pull them out. The first product that I have to talk about is my Garnier Ultimate Blends Plumping Hair Food Watermelon Pomegranate. This is one of their hair masks. I absolutely love this one. It smells like watermelon. It's not the most hydrating out of the kind of series like this. I prefer like the banana one. I think that is probably my favorite. Currently I'm using the aloe vera, and that is good. I think that's still a bit more moisturizing than this one, but I prefer the scent of this. Honestly, I rotate through all of these ones, like the Ultimate Blends hair mask, because they're absolutely amazing. And they're also silicone free, which I really like. So yeah, I definitely recommend these if you haven't tried them already. And like I said, I'm already working through one which is almost finished as well, so that will definitely be included in my next empties. Staying on hair care, we have my Aussie 3 Miracle oil. This is the Reconstructor oil. I've had this for such a long time. This definitely isn't my favorite. I prefer something that feels a bit more actually like, I don't know, moisturizing and recovering rather than just like sleeking, because like this one, I'm sure they had plenty of benefits, but it just feels like one of those hair serums that is more like smoothing rather than like actually does something to your hair. But yeah, this took me absolutely forever to use up. I'm currently using up a few minis that I have, but once I finish those up, I'll probably will purchase something. Not this one though, because I want something again that is a bit more kind of moisturizing. I'm currently using the macadamia oil, like a mini of that, so I might repurchase that, or like the Moroccan oil or something similar to that I feel like is more hydrating than this was. Because yeah, this wasn't my favorite, although it definitely did smooth your hair and it definitely was like nice in that sense, but very kind of sleeking as well, so like it helped detangle your hair. So yeah, if you have problems with that kind of stuff, I would recommend it, but I just need something more hydrating for my hair. Next up for hair care, we have my purple shampoo that I love using. This is the Charles Worthington Colorplex Toning Ultraviolet Shampoo. This is literally the best purple shampoo that I ever used. It can be very staining though, so be gentle with it, but I'm currently using another one. What I've discovered in the past month that I like doing with this is almost like purple like wash, I guess. I don't know if you've ever toned like hair extension or anything like that, where you usually put like purple shampoo or like hair dye and you dilate it with water just to like help penetrate your hair more evenly. I like doing that with this because it is pigmented enough that I can do that with my hair. So I mix this with some water and I put that in like a bowl and I dip my hair into it, and then towards the end I pour it towards the top of my hair. And that has actually been the best way that I found to tone my hair just like quickly rather than doing an actual toner. So definitely would recommend you trying that out if you are having problems with toning your hair evenly. But yeah, this is definitely my most favorite purple shampoo, and I definitely recommend it if you haven't found a purple shampoo that you found is strong enough. So speaking of hair toning, I actually have a toner for my next product. This is the Matrix Color Sync hair toner, and this one was in 8P, so level 8 pearl. I use this when I dye my hair. I mix up my toners all the time. Last time I used like a level 8 mixed with level 10 and a little bit of level 7, did I? No, I think mainly 8 and 10. So somewhere maybe 8.5 I ended up at. It's a little bit deeper, like a little bit more, like I don't know, it's not my favorite toning session last time. I think I would ideally want more like a level 9. But yeah, this one is perfect. The pearl kind of undertone of toners is my favorite. It's not too ashy, but it's not like too warm toned either. Again, this here I couldn't really tell you exactly what it was because I used loads of different undertones and levels and things like that, but this was definitely mixed into it, and I have used this purely on its own in the past and I really like it. But yeah, this wasn't in stock when I dyed my hair last time, so that's why I did a little bit of mixing. But this one is finished and I definitely would repurchase this toner again in the future. So moving on, we have a skincare item next. This is my CeraVe cleanser. I really like this one. This is the one for normal to dry skin, and this is my favorite cleanser at the moment. It's very gentle and it's very hydrating. I have a backup already that I'm currently using. So yeah, this one is nothing special really, but like I said, it's very hydrating, which is the main reason why I like it. In here you have stuff like ceramides and hyaluronic acid, which is why I think it's so hydrating. And yeah, this one is finished. And yeah, this one is just like a basic cleanser, so I don't really have anything else to say about it, but I do really recommend it, especially if you have dry skin. So the remaining products I have are actually all makeup products. I have 5 empties to talk about this time. The first one is one that is completely wrecked, and that was one of my eyeliners. This was a glitter eyeliner from H&M, and as you can see, the lid completely broke. This specific shade was in the shade Starlight, and it was one of their glitterati mascara liners, because you had like a built-in mascara wand on the actual wand. I really like this shade. It took forever to use up because I didn't really know how to use it initially. I used it as like an accent glitter liner, which I really enjoyed. I used it as like an inner corner shade, but the way that I actually really fell in love with this shade was as a nail polish topper, and I absolutely love it that way. But it's now gone, and since the lid broke, it was lucky that I finished it because it is completely dried out now what's left in here. So this one will go into my year-long makeup empties, and I'm happy that it's out of my collection. I have 3 base products to talk about, actually 1 from each category. I have 1 primer, 1 concealer, and 1 foundation. The primer that I have to talk about is my Maybelline Baby Skin Primer. I've spoken about this so much in my year-long product pan, like my rolling product pan, that I'm not going to go on about it too much. It's a nice primer, but it's definitely not my favorite. I probably wouldn't repurchase this, but I got this from a friend, and I have had it in the past, and I know that it works for me, so I thought, why not just use it up instead of wasting it? And yeah, I got this, and it's now panned, which I'm really excited about, and I have 1 less primer in my collection. The foundation that I've used up is my Maybelline Dream Urban Cover Foundation. This one is in the shade Warm Ivory. I really like this foundation, but the more I use it, again I panned this in one of my projects, the more I used it, I feel like the less I liked it. I don't know if my skin use changed or because it was like winter time and it was dry, but I didn't like it as much towards the end as I did when I first picked this up. But I would consider purchasing this again in the future, but for now I want to break from it, and I want to finish up some other foundations in my collection. But it definitely is a great foundation, especially for the price, so if you haven't tried it already, I would recommend it, because again I would purchase it myself in the future. The concealer that I mentioned that I finished is one of my favorite concealers at the moment. That is my e.l.f. Hydrating Camo Concealer. This one is in the shade Fair Warm. I really quite like this concealer. Like I said, it is very full coverage, but it's not drying at all. It sits quite nicely as well underneath the under eye, especially since I have dry skin and I am getting a bit older. Sometimes concealer can just not look quite right underneath my eyes, but this one still looks very nice. I have one of these left in my collection in a deeper shade that I'm going to use now for summer, but I definitely would repurchase this again in the colder months, especially when I have finished up some other concealers. I don't actually have too many concealers, especially light concealers in my collection, but I have 1 more that I have on the go, and once I finish that I would definitely repurchase this again because I do really like it. The very final product I have to talk about is actually a lipstick that I finished, and it's my most recent lipstick empty, obviously because it's in this video, and that is my Chanel lipstick in Sedesante. This was really pretty. The packaging is stuck, like since I used it up, like it's towards the end, the component just didn't want to come out, so let me see if I can get it out this time. But it was like a really beautiful like pink shade. It's like a baby pink. Okay, so I've been clicking this for like 2 minutes and it's just not coming out, so you have to go and check out my product apocalypse if you want to see what it looks like. But it was a beautiful kind of nudie pink shade, not my favorite color, but it was easy enough to reach for, and it is now finished. And that is the last empty I have to talk about. I don't think I would purchase this because I have so many lipsticks in my collection, but the formula is amazing and I really like the formula itself. I have several more lipstick from this formula, and I would purchase the formula again, but not specifically this shade. And that, you guys, was it for my empties. I'm gonna try to be more organized with my empties coming up, so that I actually know what I used up in the last couple of months rather than just guessing, because it just feels weird. I feel like I had more things. I wasn't sure if I want to talk about some of these things, and some things that I knew that I used up. Like for example, I know that I've gone through dry shampoo and I couldn't find where I put that for the life of me, so I must have thrown that away. But I'm going to try to be more organized with my empties coming up, so that it will be better for next month. But that is it for today. I really hope you're having a lovely day wherever you are, and I will talk to you in my next video. Bye guys.